Hey business warriors, so we have some comments from two key Republican figures in the whole stimulus thing, basically saying that the chances of another stimulus bill are, quote, highly likely. So you probably know that the House last Friday passed the HEROES Act, which was a Democrat stimulus bill, $3 trillion. The Republicans in the Senate basically said that it was dead on arrival because they disagreed with some of the things in it, and others had even said that another bill may not even be necessary. Democrats obviously have been getting impatient about this. Here is Chuck Schumer on The View yesterday.
There are urgent and necessary needs right now. The bill that was passed in the House, I don't expect the Republicans to agree with every piece of it, but this idea that they should be sitting on their hands and doing nothing hurts the country badly.
But after that, yesterday, Mitch McConnell and Steve Mnuchin, perhaps two of the most key figures in, approving whether the Republicans will indeed vote for a future stimulus bill, they seem to soften their stances, saying that another bill basically is likely. Listen to Mitch McConnell on Fox News.
I think there's a high likelihood we will do another rescue package.
And Mnuchin being interviewed by The Hill.
I think there is a strong likelihood we will need another bill, but we just have $3 trillion we're pumping into the economy, and we're going to step back for a few weeks and think very clearly how we need to spend more money and if we need to do that.
So what has changed? Well, let's get one thing straight. The Republicans never opposed another bill flat out. They always said that they were taking a wait-and-see attitude and they wanted to wait a few weeks, like what you just saw Steve Mnuchin say in that Hill interview. But their tone has now become more definite, and part of that could be the new jobless claims data that was released yesterday, showing another 2.4 million Americans filed for unemployment last week, which brings us to a total of 38.6 million Americans who have lost their jobs in 9 weeks. That's over 10% of the population and around 20% of the working age population. You can see on this graph that although down from the peak, the rate at which unemployment claims are going down is slowing, and it's kind of seeming to settle around that 2 million a week mark. So Republicans know they need to do something, either reopening the economy and getting people back to work or doing more stimulus. Many Democrat governors seem to be trying to keep their states closed down longer than the Republicans would like, including this one, New York State. Check out this New York Post front page from yesterday. So you can see the attitude from people, and particularly from the Republican side, is to reopen as soon as possible. The New York Post, by the way, is a Republican-leaning newspaper. And I believe that reopening is what the Republicans want to focus on in the next stimulus bill that will most likely be done in June. So what specifically do they want? Well, the HEROES Act that passed on Friday included extending the enhanced unemployment insurance past July. Mitch McConnell is against that.
In the first round, in the CARES Act, there was $600 a week on top of unemployment benefits. Why is that off the table for you?
To pay people more not to work than to work doesn't encourage resuming your job. And that will end in July. And we think that in order to create jobs, we need to incentivize people to go back to work, not encourage them to stay home.
Now, although he's talking about getting rid of it, that could be just an opening shot for the negotiation with the Democrats. If you listen to Steve Mnuchin, he's talking about adjusting it rather than getting rid of it altogether.
Finally, the enhanced unemployment insurance, which we do need to fix the quirk that in certain cases we're actually paying people more than they made. So we need to fix that.
So I'm guessing that the next stimulus bill will include some sort of an extension on the enhanced unemployment insurance, but with it tweaked so people never can get more unemployment money than they would have got at their job. But that signals a compromise, right? And to do that, you'll have to give the Democrats something. So perhaps a second stimulus check for individuals or more money for states. And we also know that Republicans have set liability protections for businesses as a red line. So because of that, they're going to have to compromise even more on other things. Now, just before we finish, a petition for the second stimulus check, in fact, a recurring $2,000 a month stimulus check, has now passed 1 million signatures on change.org. But I seriously doubt that will happen. I'm guessing the stimulus check from the HEROES Act, the one-off payment for $1,200, will most likely get included in a future bipartisan or Republican stimulus bill. A strategist from Goldman Sachs, Jan Hatzius, echoes that sentiment, saying, "Our forecast assumes one more round of payments similar to what the bill proposes," and by the bill he means the HEROES Act. Well, that's it for this morning's update. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel for more updates almost every day. If you're interested, yesterday we did a review of the new stimulus debit card that some people will be getting their stimulus payment from the first round of checks on. That's on my other channel, The Credit Shifu, so if you want to see that, you can click, I think it'll be on screen, or we'll put it in the description below to check it out. Once again, guys, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.